Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing a first impression demo and review of the Covergirl Healthy Elixir Foundation. I have two shades right here. This is 710, which is what I'm wearing, and then I have 742 to use when I'm tan. So if you would like to see my thoughts about this foundation and the wear test for about 10 hours, please keep watching. So as always, I'm gonna do one half of my face with a brush and one half with a sponge. I feel like my eyes are like, this is like really bright in here. So as you already know, we're gonna be trying out the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I have two shades here. I bought this shade when I was tan and then this shade for now. As you can tell, I haven't sat in front of a camera in a hot minute, so it's kind of awkward like getting back into it. I think this was the lightest shade at the store when I bought it, but I want to say there's a 705, which was not there. So on the bottle, it just says E, B3, and B5. Maybe those are some vitamins. I don't know. Well, I guess so, because this is foundation with vitamins. And then it has an SPF of 20. You get 1 full ounce. This is the shade, like I said, 710 Classic Ivory. On the back, it says it's a lightweight full coverage makeup. This formula hydrates and includes a complex of SPF 20 vitamins and an antioxidant, oil-free. And I really like this packaging. It's nice and heavy and it has a pump, and who doesn't love a pump? So I figured I would go ahead and get online and just see. Well, first I have to figure out how much I paid for it. I think it was like a little bit more than $10. So I'm on Target.com right now and it says it retails for $9.69, which I'm pretty sure I paid almost $15 for it at Walgreens. So hit up Target or Walmart, because Walmart's probably even cheaper than this. This comes in, well, on Target it only comes in 6 shades, but I'm pretty sure I saw more than that when I was in Walgreens. So the only thing different on Target's website, it just says it won't clog pores and it's suitable for sensitive skin. So I'm just going to start off priming my face with my Smashbox primer water. Forgot to breathe there for a minute. I always like to start off with a like spray primer and then go in with like a cream primer on top. That's just what I always do. So I'm using my Marc Jacobs coconut primer. I have about 3/4 left of that primer. I don't know if I will repurchase it. I think it's nice, but it's not like, I'm not amazed by it. And this is the part where I turn bright red, as usual. I'm actually really excited to try out this foundation. I can't wait. So I'm just gonna shake it up real fast, and instead of putting it on the back of my hand, I'm gonna use this little Cosmo Cube palette that I actually bought for when I was freelancing, and then I found it again, so I figured, hey, I can not get foundation all over the place and just use this thing. So I'm just gonna do, I don't even know. Oh, I guess you have to twist it. So you have to twist it for it to come out. So that's nice. So that'll keep it from spilling. And let's see. I guess I'm just gonna do 3 for now, and it looks pretty thick actually. You can see it's not really sliding down, it just kind of stayed put. So let's do this side with a brush. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just gonna dip into that. I remember when this foundation first came out and people were talking about it, but I honestly can't remember. I remember a lot of people said they liked it, but I can't remember if people said they liked it more with a brush or a sponge. So I guess we're going to find out. It has like a perfumey smell to it. I can just tell right off the bat that if I needed to use it with a brush, I would, but I can just tell that I'm gonna prefer it with a sponge. But yeah, it is pretty lightweight, which is weird because normally like lightweight foundations will like slide, you know, because they're super like watery or liquidy, whatever. But this one looks like I'm getting pretty good coverage, and it really does feel lightweight. But that smell, if you don't like smells, you might have a problem with this. I don't know. I don't mind it, but I bet some people would. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I put 3 drops on here, remember? But I barely used any. I just lightly tapped into there. I feel like I cannot talk. I'm telling you. I haven't sat in front of I can't even talk. I haven't sat down in front of the camera in a while, so it takes a little bit to get used to, but I didn't use that much product and it looks pretty good with the brush. It looks like it's starting to dry a little matte though. So I'm just going to use this sponge right here and go in on the other side. I feel like the smell of this is like getting stronger and stronger by the minute. So you definitely have to use more product, I think, if you use a sponge, because now all this is like pretty much gone. And when I use the brush, I use maybe like a pump and a half. So we have the sponge side and then we have the brush side. To me, the sponge side, I got less coverage, but it looks a little bit more dewy. And then this side, I got more coverage with the brush, but it looks a little bit more matte. So that's where we are with that. I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face with a sponge, because I just think that's how I'm gonna prefer this. I thought this color was gonna be a little bit too dark, but to me it looks like it's okay. And then I'm just gonna do like, so what do you guys think? We have about 4 drops. Let's go over a little bit more and just see if we can build it up. Which I think I have enough on my forehead, so. But guys, I'm not kidding, like, this scent is for real starting to get to me. And scents normally don't bother me, so I think it looks pretty good. It's not really dewy, but it's not matte. So what would that be? Satin? I think I definitely do prefer it with a sponge, but I would use a brush. So I like both, but the sponge a little bit more. But I think if you want more of like a matte look, I would use a brush. And if you want more of like a dewy satin, I would use a sponge. This is what it looks like. I want to say, how many pumps do you guys think I use? Like 5? I could have gotten away with probably 3, but I wanted to see if we could build it up. I do like the shade. I think I could get a 705 and still be okay, but the 710 Classic Ivory is working so far. So let's go ahead and apply some concealer and some powder. I'm just trying to like use up this Revlon Photo Ready eye primer plus brightener because I don't really like it, but I did pay for it, so I'm just trying to use it until it's gone. So I'm just going to use this to help brighten up my under eye. And then I'm just going to press that in with my Morphe E45, which was sitting in my drawer, and a little brush hairs are all sticking up, so I need to wash it and then like mold it back to normal. I also ordered a mic and I'm using it right now, so I hope it's making the sound quality a little bit better, because normally I've never used a mic before and you could like hear like my mirror, because when I turn on this mirror it kind of like buzzes a little bit, and then you could hear like the neighbors and stuff. So I'm hoping that with a mic now you only hear me and not all like the background nonsense, but I guess I won't know until I edit this video, so hopefully it's okay. Then I'm gonna go in with my NYX HD concealer in the shade Fair. I like this concealer. I would purchase it again. And man, this smells too weird. It's like my senses are heightened at the moment. Press that in with my same Morphe brush. I love applying concealer with a brush. I prefer it over a beauty blender or a damp sponge. I just think I get the most coverage and a brush doesn't steal my product, so I always like to go in with a brush first and then lightly go over it with my sponge just to get any additional product and then make sure it's like blended into my cheeks. What's weird though is like I feel like I have to use a sponge to blend out my nose. Like it just never works with a brush and I don't understand. Okay, now I'm just gonna go back over with my sponge and then back over my eyes. I really like how my concealer applied on top of this foundation. It is starting to seep into that forehead wrinkle I always complain about, but I have bangs, so I guess it's really not that big of a deal. But I really like how this NYX HD concealer and this foundation look together. That was a good choice. I already know I'm gonna have to set my face though because it's really sticky. You know what's weird though is when I first started wearing foundation, which actually was only like maybe 4 years ago, I never used to wear it before, I would never set my foundation, and I don't remember ever having problems applying products on top, but like now I notice it. So I'm just gonna set my face lightly with my Airspun. So if you think that this smells bad, actually I don't mind the smell of it, I kind of like it, then that foundation, you're definitely gonna notice the smell. So I'm just gonna apply some powder with my Morphe MB1. Normally I use my Too Faced Teddy Bear powder brush, but I figured I use that all the time. I need to start using my other brushes. I swear though, like when you start using new brushes and you've used the same ones all the time for like the same steps, like using a new one takes a little bit to get used to. But I'm setting it with this powder and it still looks pretty luminous, like the powder didn't make it matte. Oh, I like this. So that's a good combo. Okay, so far the Covergirl Healthy Elixir Foundation with the NYX HD Concealer and the Airspun powder is like a really good combination so far, and I'm like normal to dry skin. So now I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier, what is it called, Secret Brightening Powder, which I don't really like, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'm just gonna use it up and then probably not repurchase it. The only under eye powder that I seem to really like is the MAC Pro Emphasize Press Powder, but that does give you a really bright under eye. I don't know. If you have a really good under eye setting powder that you like, write it in the comments below because I need to find a good one. So I'm busting out all these like old brushes I don't use anymore. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma tapered highlighting brush to set my under eye. This is the F35. I'm just going to press out those creases. I have not used this brush in so long. I like it. I remember I used to love this brush because it just fits like perfectly underneath my eye. I love it. I never use it for like actual highlighting. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be for, but alright, so that's what I look like with foundation, concealer, and powder. I really like how this looks. Looks really good, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of foundation. It kind of still looks like skin right here, so I'm really liking that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and we will talk. But what time is it? So it's 12:40 right now. So I'm going to make that the call time, and I'm going to turn on some music and just take my time like I usually do with these foundation first impressions. So I'll probably see you guys back here in like 30-40 minutes because I'm slow. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to see how the rest of my makeup is going to look because I really like this as a base. I think I picked all good choices for once. So hey guys, so it's 1:30. What time was I done? I already forgot. I think I've had this foundation on for an hour, right? I don't even remember. I won't remember until I go back to edit, but everything glided on so nice. I'm so impressed with this foundation. And like normally when I apply my brush, just for instance, I always like tap, right? Because I feel like the foundation is still kind of tacky, but I don't know if it was like the combination of the foundation and the powder this time, but I was able to like swipe back and forth and I could never do that. So I just thought that was a little weird. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys everything I have on my face. So for bronzer, I have this Essence Sun Club Shimmer Bronzer Powder. This is the shade for lighter skin, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer, like gold sheen in it, which I don't mind. I actually really like. The only thing I don't like about this is it's really powdery. Like there was kickback everywhere, but I do really like the shade of it. Then to contour my nose, which I don't think I blended in all the way, I pulled out my Tarteist contour palette and I used this shade right here, and then I used this shade to carve out my nose contour. For highlighter, I took this Hourglass Ambient Brilliant Strobe Light, and it looks like it would be kind of like a white, but it goes on more of like a soft gold shade, which I don't mind. I really like it. And then for my eyes, I just did kind of like a rusty smoky eye. That was like that was a really ugly way to show you what my eye makeup looks like, but I busted out my MAC palette, and I never use this because I honestly just don't like how it looks, because when I depotted some of these, they broke, and it's just like this one right here, and it's not like appealing to me, so I don't grab it because I think it looks ugly. I know, that's such a waste of money. But I used, let's see, I don't even know what these shades are called. I used this shade right here, which I'm pretty sure is called Coppering, and then I used these shades right here, which I think one is soft brown, and I don't know what the other one is, and to find out the names I have to pop them out, so I'm sorry. But I used these 3 shades right here, and then I used Nylon and the one color I can never remember for my inner corner highlight and my brow highlight. For blush, I took Makeup Geek blushes, and I took Summer Bliss, which is like a peachy color, and then I took this shade right here, which is called, I always mix the two because I just like how they look, but this one is called Smitten. So Smitten and Summer Bliss for my blush. And then for my eyes, I have this Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in the shade Striking Copper. That's what's in my waterline. For my lips, I have MAC Oak lip liner, and then I busted out this oldie but a goodie. This is Dose of Colors Soft Touch, and it's more baby pink than I remember, but I think it looks okay. So yeah, so far I give this foundation a 10 out of 10. I really like it. I'll come back and check in with you guys throughout the rest of the day. I'm gonna keep it on for about 10 hours as usual. So I will see you guys here in a little bit. So I thought I would just jump on here real quick. I'm in more like natural. I'm standing in front of a window in my Christmas tree that I refuse to take down. But I'm just noticing that the foundation is kind of yellow. So you can like really see the difference. I know I always gravitate towards like neutral undertones, and I don't think that this foundation offered that as an option. So I just wanted you guys to see like the difference, which would be okay if I wasn't wearing a low cut shirt, but I am, so. I'm still really liking it, if you can see what it looks like. I just took a bunch of selfies and my makeup looks a bomb. I cannot wait. Hey, this lighting's actually not too bad. So it's 5:30. I've had this foundation on for about 5 hours. Still looks really, really, really good. And normally I'd have to blot right here because this is where I get oily, but I don't think I have to just yet. I think it looks really good. The only thing I don't like is the color. Like I want to get like the 705 or if there's a 700, but other than that, I still like it. I just got back from Target and they had this there, and I'm obsessed with anything warm, fleece, fuzzy, and soft. So anyways, so I'm just gonna leave it on because I think it looks cute. Anyway, so I've had this foundation on for 10 hours. I guess I'll take it off so I can show you guys. So I've had it on for 10 hours and I didn't powder anything. I probably should have up here at least. But I really like it. I think it still looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, but again, I think that I only built it up to like medium coverage. I didn't build it all the way up to full coverage, but I think you could. So I'm gonna like wear this foundation for the rest of the week when I do my makeup. That's what I normally do when I do a foundation first impression, especially if I really like the foundation. I'll wear it like 3 or 4 times after I film the video if I really like it. So I had to jump on my Sony because my battery died in my Canon, so my face has definitely like a smoothing filter on it, so it's pretty deceiving. But I definitely recommend this foundation if you're dry to normal skin, which is what I am. I really like it. I don't feel like it looks like a lot of foundation. I feel like it still looks like skin. Like I was saying though, I don't know. I think I only built it to like maybe medium coverage, but it does say that it would go to full, I believe. So it does say lightweight full coverage makeup, but I think I only built it up to like medium. I don't think I went as heavy as I probably could have got away with, but I like how this looks. I'm gonna wear it some more. I cannot get my life in control today, I swear. Oh my god. Anyways, so I would recommend this foundation, bottom line. If you guys have tried this foundation out, let me know in the comments below what you think and like what type of skin you have. You know, and just your opinion about this foundation and stuff like that. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.